Welcome to WCW Worldwide. Scott Hudson, Bobby the Brain Heenan. You hear the voice. What a night it was in Baltimore at the Great American Bash. Much more about that. Complete results next week on this broadcast. Brain, we've got a new hardcore champion. We've got a new cruiserweight champion, but what everybody's talking about, the return of the man. Goldberg is back in WCW.
You know, in the early 80s, Scott, I watched Hulk Hogan walk to the ring, and I watched the little children and the teenagers and the adults and the old people and the ushers in the building, the guy hawking the popcorn and the banners. Everyone was on their feet watching Hulk Hogan walk down that aisle. But the return of Goldberg, they were out in the parking lot. They were chanting, Goldberg, Goldberg. You could hear them for blocks around. I have never seen fans like that. Oh, wait, a man with his talent. And this man Goldberg, I'll tell you something, he doesn't care about Bischoff, he doesn't care about Russo, he's gonna make his own rules. And he's gonna make his own rules to fit Goldberg. You wanna find, suspend him, push him around? Fine. He doesn't care what you do.
Goldberg is back. He sent a message to World Championship Wrestling at the Phillips Arena in Atlanta on Nitro. Much more about that later on. But right now, we send it to our broadcast colleagues, Tony Schiavone and Mike Tenay. They are standing by with a special preview of our exclusive worldwide action. Take it away, guys.
And thanks very much, guys. Tony, 3 exclusive matchups this week on Worldwide. We'll see a youngster by the name of Christopher Daniels against Hard Knocks Chris Candido. We'll see a tag team matchup. And how about this for one-on-one competition? Vampiro to face Crowbar.
We hope Vampiro keeps the blowtorch and the gas can back in the locker room area because the man is a nutcase. He'll come out against another one. Crowbar should be a great feature matchup this week on Worldwide.
And I understand that our broadcast colleague, Mean Gene, is standing by with an exclusive interview with Vampiro. Gene, take it away.
Thanks very much, guys. Joining us this week on WCW Worldwide, Vampiro. Later on this television program, Vampiro goes one-on-one against Crowbar. A worthy opponent.
Yeah, Gene, he is. I remember when he was still working in the gas station, and I pulled up one day, and I guess that beating I gave him when I tried to light him on fire that night, he didn't learn. So once again, I'm going to have to beat him down just like a red-headed stepchild.
I don't know if you and your preoccupation with fire certainly has proven itself in the past, but I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about Vampiro right now in WCW. As you climb through the ranks, you've done very well. I'm not blowing smoke either. Did I say that? Apparently I did.
I certainly didn't feel it. Yeah, I guess I've been doing real well. I've been real lucky, and I'm working hard, and I'm just going to keep going. You know, there's just too many prima donnas here in WCW, and I don't like anybody here. And I really don't care about the win and loss record. I just want to get into some good fights and keep breaking the rules and setting a good example.
You say there are some prima donnas here in WCW. Do you want to name names?
I don't. How much time we got?
I don't think we've got quite that much time, but I thank you very much. Still to come here on Worldwide, this man one-on-one with Crowbar. Thank you. Let's get back in the arena.
And thanks very much, Gene. Tony, this week in one-on-one competition, we will see the former WCW World's Cruiserweight Champion, Hard Knocks Chris Candido, against a youngster that we've heard an awful lot about, making his worldwide debut in Christopher Daniels.
Christopher Daniels, sensational youngster, can do it all. We understand. You know, he's got the butterflies right now. It's his first appearance here on Worldwide Wrestling. We'll see how he'll do against a real veteran and a tough former champion in Hard Knocks Chris Candido.
That matchup we're certainly looking forward to, but now let's send it back to the studio. Take it away, guys. And welcome back, everyone, to this WCW Worldwide exclusive matchup. Mike Tenay, Tony Schiavone with you at ringside. Tony, the Great American Bash was terrific. Next up on the horizon for World Championship Wrestling, the July tradition. Bash at the Beach, upcoming from World Championship Wrestling, and this guy is absolutely nuts. This is Crowbar, and the man that he's going to be facing this week on Worldwide, sure to provide some tough competition because he's going to be going one-on-one with Vampiro.
Should be a great feature matchup, Mike, today. And yes, Great American Bash this past Sunday, the encore presentation all throughout the week. As you've heard from the studio, next week on this program, we will have a rundown of what went down. Did the new blood succeed? Did Russo and Bischoff succeed in ending the career once for all of Ric Flair and Hollywood Hogan. You'll find out next weekend here on Worldwide Wrestling. Here's a man whose career is just off and running. Vampiro and Crowbar, one-on-one.
And have you ever seen two more unpredictable competitors in the history of sports entertainment than these two? There's just no way you can prepare any type of strategy, especially for a man like Crowbar, who varies his offense in every match, and Vampiro, much the same, such a strange style of offense that he brings to the ring. And when you think of both Crowbar and Vampiro, the one thing that they have in common, they both love pain.
Vampiro has been nothing less. You talked about Crowbar being a nut. He may love pain, but he also loves the fire. And I know Sting knows all too much about that. What's Crowbar doing?
It's like Crowbar, who's down in a very strange position there on the mat to begin this wrestling matchup with Vampiro, was watching every move from Vampiro, now turns his back on Vampiro. Like I said, Tony, there's just no way you can predict what either of these individuals is going to do, and this should be a great one-on-one matchup exclusively here on Worldwide as they lock it up collar and elbow. Vampiro uses the slight weight advantage that he has, but look at how quickly Crowbar is able to reverse it and set him up in the corner.
One thing about Crowbar, and we know how unique he is, but the man is also very prolific, and he's also very quick. If he could just maybe settle down, maybe...
You think that's going to happen?
I don't know. I do know that, they give children Ritalin and Adderall for things like that, and to try to settle them down in classrooms all across the country. Maybe he needs to go to some sort of psychologist or
might drive the psychologist crazy. Strangely enough, the clean breaks here in the early going by Crowbar. Now able to shoot him off into the ropes. Impasse in the middle of the ring. Both men attempting the shoulder block. Neither gains the advantage. And again, the even matchup as they meet in mid-ring. The drop down by Vampiro. Crowbar able to go over. There's the leapfrog. Now springs off the ropes and catches him in the chest with the spin kick. The very unique style of offense from Vampiro that he's brought to World Championship Wrestling. Almost a melting pot of offense when you consider the different backgrounds, including the Lucha Libre style that he knows. Now down to the corner with the monkey flip. The great agility by Vampiro, who lands on his feet and then explodes with the running clothesline.
Another thing about Vampiro, and this is aside from his talents in the ring, he loves the element of surprise. He loves to hit his opponent with something and then turn around and get the reaction from the fans. He'll milk it. He'll look at the fans. It's all a part of his makeup.
Oh! Check out this chop fest between the two. That one may have rocked Vampiro, but then he stops Crowbar on a dime. Going to try and take him up in a Uranagi suplex, up into the air, and drives him down to the canvas. First real advantage now for Vampiro. Immediately goes for the cover, the lateral press, and the 2 count from referee Billy Silverman.
Mike, who first used Uranagi? You or Scott Hudson?
Oh, you know who brought Uranagi to World Championship Wrestling.
Mike Tenay, the professor, did. Just want to credit the right person. Watch out.
Head scissors takeover by Crowbar brings Vampiro down to the floor. And now Crowbar to pick up the steel chair. Just threw it across the back of Vampiro. Now puts the boots to the side of Vampiro. Measuring him. Now sets up the chair. He's going to try and get Vampiro to sit in the chair, applying the sleeper hold, of course, to try and get him steady in that chair and then head back into the ring.
I don't think Crowbar knows exactly what he wants to do, but maybe I'm wrong.
Looks like slingshot time. That's exactly what it is. Using the top rope to slingshot, then landing with all of his body weight in the cross-body block across the chest of Vampiro. Took him right out of the chair and, as a matter of fact, just bent the back of the chair in half.
We know Vampiro very, very well, and you see the bent chair and he throws that one away to get another one. Vampiro loves this pain, so even though it's not bad strategy, I think the man he's using it on is loving every bit of this as well. Look at it.
almost as if Vampiro thrives on that pain, not just for focus, but also for inspiration as Crowbar picks up his familiar lead pipe and he's cut off by the referee. Now a tug of war between Silverman and Crowbar.
And the referee won the tug of war. That's a little odd.
Crowbar. Crowbar just walked right into that steel chair from Vampiro. I think Crowbar felt that Vampiro was still feeling the after effects of the previous move out on the floor, and I think he was surprised, obviously, when Vampiro was ready and caught him with the chair. The front kick is on target. Down goes Crowbar. Vampiro looking to follow up the advantage now, circling his opponent.
Once again, it's for effect. Vampiro loves the reaction from the fans. Looks around all four sides of the ring before he goes into one of his favorite holds, and that's a vertical suplex from the man.
Nice snap. Quickly takes him over, and just as quickly, Vampiro heads out to the ring apron, and then mounts the middle and now the top rope. And off the top. Extends the arm, connects with the clothesline. Goes now for the cover. Gets two, and really didn't see great weight positioning that time by Vampiro with the pin. Just left a little bit of an opening, and Crowbar was able to kick out at two.
That's a good call. You know, I think Vampiro wanted, as odd as this may sound, wanted the match to continue.
And he may regret that, because out of the fireman's carry, he just dropped him right on his head. Just drove him directly to the canvas in mid-ring. Slow to cover. Now gets two, and Vampiro able to kick out. Crowbar not hooking the leg. That enabling Vampiro to use his leg strength and avoid the pinfall. After the right hand, right between the eyes, there's a drop kick that was on target. Another lateral press, and another 2 count. Series of near falls suddenly in this matchup. The momentum going back and forth between both of these competitors. Scoop and a slam. Crowbar heads out from the ring apron. Slingshot again into the leg drop.
What a great move that is. And it could get him a win here if he tried to pin the man.
Going to inflict more pain and punishment. Heads to the ropes. Now springs off. And springboard moonsault back into the ring. Vampiro able to roll out of the way and avoid the contact. And Vampiro has the steel chair. Tosses it to Crowbar. And then caught Crowbar with the kick and the chair directly to the face.
One too many moves from Crowbar, and an ample opening for Vampiro, who just walked through that open door. Now he's in charge.
Chance now to put him away. Let's see if he can do it. Into the air. There's the nail in the coffin from Vampiro. Referee Silverman down for the count. It's 2 and it's 3.
Well, it's not an easy win for Vampiro, but I'm sure he'll take it. Anytime he can get a good measure of pain, Vampiro will take all he can get and keep on coming. Say what you want to about the bizarre look and the persona. Vampiro is quite an athlete and a formidable man to contend with in the ring. It's time for the 1-800-COLLECT replay. 1-800-COLLECT is the easy way to save. Pick up, drove him down. The shin kick into the chair, into the midsection. Did the nail in the coffin. Vampiro seals the win and beats Crowbar here on Worldwide Wrestling.
Well, the freak from Canada has really been on a roll as of late. And Vampiro continues his winning ways with the win on Worldwide. Now let's send it back to the studio. Take it, guys.
Thanks a lot, guys. Somehow the throat has held out for this entire edition of Worldwide, but Brain, next week on this broadcast, a recap of the Great American Bash in Baltimore last Sunday night.
Well, you're right about that, Scott. Loosen your tie, or is that a rope? So many things happened at the Great American Bash. You just couldn't tell it all in one program. So we're going to show you a little bit next week, and we're going to explain to you exactly what went down. Eric Bischoff made a statement along with Russo that they were going to change the face of sports entertainment and professional wrestling. Well, you're going to see if Hulk Hogan is still around, if he's still a member of WCW, if Ric Flair is still in the sport or is he retired. You're going to see what happened in that cage match with Steiner and the Tank. There's so many things to talk about. Vampiro match. We can't get in all right now, but Eric Bischoff and Vince Russo, you will admit, and I know everyone out there probably sounds exactly like you do, sports entertainment has been changed.
We will recap the Bash and preview the Bash at the Beach next week on Worldwide.